Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello again, everyone. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. And we're very close to the end now of the TPOC mod pack testing. I mean, this is basic gameplay now of the mod pack and of the EMB preset setting suns. The patching's complete, everything's about done. The only main difference is that I'm using a defuse file to make my walkways a bit more, like it's got a light covering of snow on it for the mod pack, and I'll show you how to do that when I post the mod pack, if you don't want to use no snow under the roof or something like that, okay, or other mods like that. The EMB preset setting suns is out now, okay, which is what you're seeing in this game, and it's ran with the Lux series, Orbis, Lux Fire, and Lux Interiors. The full mod list will be up soon, along with the mod pack, and the mod pack will be out on the 1st of March, as the title says. And it's a new game start, because now this is the finished and completed load order with all the corrections, all the edits, all the things I've noticed. That's not to say that we're probably not going to come across the odd small thing here and there still, because such is the size of TPOC and this mod pack, and such is the size of the patching, the all-in-one patch which will accompany the mod pack and support the structure of the mods that I'm running. We could see little things here and there, little tiny things, but in terms of performance and in terms of everything being stable, I've been doing local plays, and I've run Worm's Tooth, and I've run Tposc, I've done the main quests locally, and I've done them online, and we're going to be doing them again as the final test, and everything is running really well.
It's no secret
the only thing that I've added today, which I need to be aware of, is the animation replacer script, and the full name is gone from my brain because it was recently updated for AE, so I've included that in this mod pack. And this mod pack will basically covers all the textures, okay, all your textures, and your water, all that sort of stuff, armors. And like I say, the full list will be out soon. The mod pack will be out on the 1st of March. And again, this is really a final test and a continuing test, because what I want to do is, obviously, if people come to me when the mod pack's out and say, oh, Nesbit, there's a problem here, I have the current mod pack loaded up that hasn't been altered. I can go in game, I can stream, they can show me where they've got problems, and I can work through any problems with people as they come along, and if they come along. But the local testing has been absolutely fantastic. I finished off all the little touch-ups, like torches that were maybe out of place, because I use Matthys 3D torches. So with Lux and XD Embers, I've got patches to allow for for the use of those. The only thing I really need to do here is find a nice texture for the log here. I haven't got one for the logs yet. Okay, but almost every other texture has been allowed for and modded for. Again, it is the EMB preset that I run is a dark fantasy preset, the Setting Suns preset, okay? So, it is going to be a little bit darker, less or lower light in the day if you use that preset. Matthys 3D Wars, which I really love. Okay, 2020 Parallax from Profusher. We'll go into this up here. Every settlement is obviously modded by TPOC. And I've got some 3D meshes for the scaffolding, which is really nice, so the ropes don't look flat. So, you know, just about every detail has been, I've tried to you know, mod for in this mod pack. There's something I noticed that came out the other day and I haven't done it yet. This is Clever Chowrath's farmhouses, right? And there's a parallax that's come out for the stone walls. I am going to test that out, and I'm going to add that to the mod pack. But I'm not going to do that yet. That'll be down the line, because now what I want to do right now is just keep this mod pack as is with no adjustments, because it's coming out on the 1st, and anyone that comes to me, I want to have exactly the same setup, load order and so on, that they'll be using. I'm just going to go into the inn. This isn't the most exciting inn in terms of Lux edits, alright? Simply because all... Oh, he's got someone talking in my ear, hold on. The TPOS inns, they're all edited differently, but this looks very nice. The lighting's nice, but in some of the TPOS inns, right, the Lux effects are more predominant. I've added more Lux effects to some of the inns. This one is a bit more plain, but there's still plenty here, look. And I just love the way this mist or light, the way the light streaming in affects like the mist or the coolness of the environment underneath the rafters here, because I've put in rafters here, so you know there's some nice lighting, a subtle movement of lighting off of the candles. So I've, you know, addressed all those issues. The cobwebs from particle updates in the EMB gives a nice effect too. So, you know, I mean, again, whether or not you particularly like the TPOSC interior changes in terms of Lux and TPOSC, it looks really nice. Okay, so there's a nice looking effect here now. And like I say, we're really there, folks. It's now, I have now just started a new game, okay, and I am going to be doing all the main quests. And if you've just joined me, because I've seen some people have joined me, I'll say it again. Locally in the last few weeks, because I've been quite quiet in the last few weeks, Worm's Tooth has been played again. Tposc has been played again. There's been more improvements to the nav mesh on the Tposc Island and to other aspects of in the patching for Tposc. Worm's Tooth was pretty okay. There's one or two small touches I did in the patch to support Worm's Tooth. Just minor things, nav mesh, nothing more than that. They're absolutely perfect. I've played them repetitively now with no issues, and the side quests as well. And I've done that locally. I haven't done it all, so you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there maybe the odd thing that will need adjusting once this mod pack comes out. But as we're going to see now in the next 10 days, well, hold on, month. February's a shorter month. In the next 9 days or so now, I'm going to be streaming pretty regularly, because I want you all now to see this completed mod pack. We will obviously keep an eye out for any issues, but this I really like. What time of day is it? Oh yeah, we're coming into the evening there. We got the softs, that soft, sort of opaque sunset starting to come in. So we're head up towards Winterhold, but like I said, I've just started the game, so I've got no cheats going on or anything. So let's just I'm gonna play as properly as I can, but I do need to give myself some potions. All right, just to start. Oh, what am I doing? What file was it? TPOS 02. I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's just potions. So because I'm, you know, again, TPOSC is not linear gameplay. It can be really tough early on, but that's all part of the fun. But you know, I don't want to be fighting or having to avoid enemies when I want to show you guys and girls everything that's going on. Okay. As you can see in the background there, Fort Peak up there, if you don't know, okay, that's Fort Peak, a Dwemer Tower, all quest based in the future. So as you can see, I mean, well, as you hopefully will see over the next 7 or 8 days now, we're going to do the main quests. I'm going to go on to the islands of Worm's Tooth and Tposc and the Forgotten City, but I won't be playing them completely. I'll just show you again how they've changed, because there's been some nice touches to the EMB since then, and to the mod pack. I love Matthew's work. It does come at a big cost. And I will say, so you know, right, sometimes OBS was updated, the software that I use to stream the other day. There's been other software updates. And I've been mucking around with the OBS settings because my utilization of my encode, or I suppose the part of the graphics card that stream, runs about at 80% when I stream, which is quite high. And I'm not surprised. I'm asking it to do a lot because I'm trying to produce a high quality video for you guys and girls to see. And of course it's running all the textures and everything else with the mod pack. And I'm running a 3060, an NVIDIA 3060. Okay, what I will state when I put the mod pack out is the basic requirements for your PC setups. But if you've got potato PCs, you know, you can sort of reduce the TPSC mod pack, but I will do a simplified mod pack for smaller PC users as well. Okay, thanks for your likes, by the way, and for everyone that's joined me today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing your time. Now here we go. We're going to have a nice sunset coming in here. I think I've only got fire at the moment, so I need to pick up some weapons along the way. I've had to Dindu Lod was updated as well, so every aspect of the mod pack I've updated. Dindu Lod is recently updated. I've updated Dindu Lod, the resource files, and the main program. So I just ran that this morning, so hopefully that's going to be okay. And now I'm just going to go into my menu as well, because I now need to sort out some settings for realistic water in relation to some other mods that I'm running. And I will do a video for the full mod pack when it comes out, okay? Oh man, YoF, no chance. I'll answer that in a sec. Give me a second, right? Nice to see you. I've just got to go into realistic water 2 and do that. So the hand placed ripples are removed because I'm using splashes of storms. Okay. Let's just come out and then we're going to go back in. I'm now using via lens again because that's been updated. So actually, you see, again, because so many mods when AE was recently updated, so many mods went by the by because all the scripts haven't been updated. But through all this, I'm really glad I took my time, folks, because since then, hi Jack. Yeah. Since I will get to you, OF, bear with me. I'm just talking about via lens and some other mods that I've just reloaded. I'm so glad I've taken my time because there was scripted mods that I did want to add, but they had to be updated. So let's just do Sky UI as well. And I do love Minty's lighting, right? And I will be reusing it myself. But I do want to say that I read somewhere that someone said it caused bloating in your save files. And I don't know if that's true. I haven't checked that out. But for the sake of the mod pack and for the sake of any complications, I have temporarily removed that Minty's lighting until I confirm what I read. And if I confirm it one way or another, if it's not true, I'll put it back in. All right. YoF, Northern Roads. I have just spent 8 months, right, with the Lux series to get that working with TPSC, okay? Northern Roads would be a similar thing. It would take me ages, mate. It would be another huge project, and I can't do that for Northern Roads. If I would like to please people and do it, but, you know, I know the size of that job. It's going to be massive. And I've got to get on with Hafengar All-in-One, which you'll get on Xbox, which is the All-in-One of Dragon Bridge all the way up to Solitude, Solitude Jocks, Solitude Interior, all the way down to the Lighthouse. And that'll be for TPS2, and it'll be for TPS3, the future questing, because that's why I'm making it for that, for Solitude, because Solitude will play a big part in the future questing version of TPS3. So, YoF, I won't be doing Northern Roads because I want to move on. It is good. Northern Roads does look good, mate, but it would just take... It's so much work. If someone wants to patch for it, if you know anyone, they have my permission to patch for it. If someone who's capable wants to patch for TPSC and Northern Roads, you can be my guests, all right? Honestly, get on with it. You have my blessing. Because like I say, just Lux alone has been a huge job, a massive job. It's taken me since, I think, April last year we started all this. It was something like that, this mod pack. So, yeah, I'll talk about those in a bit. I'm actually using a Fluffy Snow diffused file, right? That's all right. NATO. Sorry if I got your name wrong. This is Tposc. This is the original. This is the all-in-one that mods every town, city, and village. Yeah. The TPOS2 is a lightweight version of Tposc, and you can use any town, village, or city mod that you want. So that's the primary difference between the versions. This is a no compromise, complete overhaul. As you can see, you open up your map. Every town, city, and village is modded. You've got border hosts. There's stuff everywhere. That's why it's basically virtually a no compromise mod with other mods that make world edits. Examples: JK's exteriors, or other mods, or Miss Jenny B's, or Soldier of Wars. Because I mod every town and village, and I add ancient ruins everywhere, all over the lands, in sawmills, in Ambrosia. That's a home. A vampire home cave. Dragon's Breath is near Iverstead there. So Tposc is a world overhaul DLC size mod. Alright. Winterhold. TPOS2 you can use, and you can use any other town, city mod, because I've removed all that and spread the content out. But if you read the descriptions, each mod will tell you what it does. Northern Roads, I just answered that. Oh, the roads I'm using, right? Let's just go back to the roads I'm using. Okay, it's a bit dark here. Let's go up with some light. Let's get some light. So I add bridges here, and of course, Luxfire adds bridges as well. But I've always favoured Luxfire in terms of his bridges. I said I would. When I talked to the author, I said I'd try not to move any of his stuff. I'd only exchange it for Tposc if performance was an issue, or if I couldn't correct technical issues. So here you have a Tposc bridge where you would have the Lux bridge, but down the way there you've got the Lux bridge, and I removed the Tposc bridge. So pretty much, if you're a Luxfire, if you love Luxfire, you'll more often than not see his bridges have prominence in this Tposc mod pack. But because we both do similar things, okay? So NATO, I hope that all. I think is that NATO. I'll say NATO. I sort of favour NATO. If I'm wrong, mate, tell me. Yeah. That's what's going on within the patch there, folks. If you're curious about that. Now this is really nice. The lighting coming up here. I'm just going to come up to where it's a bit brighter. We're going to have a nice yellow sunset here. Here's a Civil War spawn, so I might be able to pick up some armour. Oh, look at this. I'm just going to move through to the day so I can show you the roads. The roads do look good, Yoef, if you're still there. And we'll just come... Look at that, we've got the moon coming up behind there as well. Okay, let's just... Oh, God, yeah, good point. Yeah, I think I'll move back from that bear, because I've only got a bit of fire. I've got no armour. And I'd have to bring up the menu and kill it, because I'm not going to survive that. What have we got here, hopefully? Okay, these will do for now. Is there another one? Brilliant. Okay. Let's just... No, I don't want that one. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to run through. I'm going to save, because I want to bring some light up to... if I do this, the time will go a lot faster. Hold on, bear with me a sec, folks. Okay, we've got some light now. Okay, right. I'm using really blended roads, Yoef. I don't know if you've... I think you've got it on Xbox, actually. I think you have really blended roads. But what I did was... because I use Majestic Mountains, and with Majestic Mountains, you'll get this, like, bluey sort of rock on these small rocks. So what I did was, I used fluffy snow for Majestic Mountains, and it addresses... the rocks really well. But what it also does for it provides a patch for blended roads, so you get a real nice covering on the roads as well in the snowy areas. And we all know how crappy the snow areas can be and how hard it is to get... I'm just gonna kill him, folks. That bear's a killer. He's a TPSC insanity. He's an abomination, really, folks. He's about a level 45, I think, 50 around there. So, I'm just gonna get on up to the light in the path where there's more snow again. He's level 60, yeah. I knew he was high, Jack. I knew he was high. Nice to see you, by the way, Jack. I hope you're doing well, mate. I'm just going to get to some snowy area. I just want some snowy road now to bring up this... I should have gone back down the road, I suppose. But we'll get there in a minute. We'll, here's some more nice Lux... Oh, God, we've got a nice... is that wobbling or is that me? That is sort... Is that... It's the first time I've noticed that. There's like a wobbliness to the horizon there. I don't quite know what's causing that. I've never seen that before. Maybe that's just my eyes today, I think. Or are you seeing that too, I wonder? Okay, here we go. So if we get into the snowier regions where the road is, folks, you can see it covers up the roads really nicely, this fluffy snow patch. Now, there's only one downside. Fluffy snow was not designed to be run with parallax, and I'm running 2020 parallax. So there is a little bit of crossover, I think, in stretching here and there. That's the only downside of it. But I can live with that because as I said, the snowy areas can be such hassle to... Now we can get to see... I better watch my health here, but we can get to see some of this fire... Oh, fire effect and everything. I can't see sod all. And I really like that. Oh, I'm going to die big time. Oh, man. Oh, dear. It's time to run. Yeah, it's definitely time to run, because I don't think I've... Now we've got another different coloured sky coming in here, folks. It's turning red, which is really nice. I got no weapons or nothing, so I'm just going to have to run. I just ain't got any metal, you know. And this is what I like about TPSC, okay? I really like this sunset. I don't know about you, but... Sunrise, sorry. Oh, my God. What time is it? Fort Peak on the hill there at TPSC, that's really hard. Okay. That's one of the things I like about TPSC. I know some people won't and don't, but you know, I do like the fact I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna bring these guys to my guards in the border hold. They'll help me here. I can get them to fight my battle for me. Here we go. Now let's turn and face them. Oh, I don't want to hit the guard. I don't need that. That's it. He's gone. Now, hopefully he's not going to attack me. Okay, so. Now, as I said, let's just have a look at that sunrise, because I really like that. And again, the moon's coming up. It is the AM, and that's so that sun's setting, and sorry, the moon's setting and the sun's rising, and that's Power of Three's moon mod that adjusts the cycle of the moon and the sun in Skyrim. It looks really, really good. I really love that. You know, I mean, I really love. I mean, that yellow sunset, I've already had people comment they don't really like it. Okay, fair enough. We all have personal tastes, but I really love the red sunset of the MB preset setting suns. And again, sometimes the days are really, even though I've got a low light to the EMB preset, you know, there are days when it looks really nice. It's really quite bright and nice. Like I say, Fort Peak up there. Let's move on. I need to get some weaponry soon as well, because I've just got no teeth. And we're just stroll down here now, because there is still one thing I've got to sort out with the EMB, and that's still some of the horizon lines. They're not perfect. I would think you're on about the seasonal weathers, aren't you, NATO? I would think so, as long as you're running the scripts, because Tposc doesn't change any weather systems, and my EMB, it might. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, because I haven't got into that seasonal stuff yet myself. I haven't fully checked it out. Tposc and the mod pack will work with it for sure. The EMB setting some preset, I don't know. I would imagine, unless there's some limitation on what you can run with the seasonal mods, or if it's made for something like Cathedral Weathers or something like that, you know. So, yeah, I mean, as long as there's no... Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, that's it. They put in a snowy... That's right, yes, they do. Yeah, it should be okay. But I can't give you a 100% guarantee on that, because I haven't checked it out. The only one thing left I've got to do for the EMB, folks, which I haven't fully completed, is the horizons. It was the last thing of the EMB. I'm finding... Again, I've never been an EMB preset. I've never ever... What I'm saying is, I'm waffling. I'm just going to have a drink. I'm going to take a breath. Bear with me a second, right? I've only recently got into EMBs in terms of making them. And I am aware that there's always been a horizon issue. And I know it can be dealt with by blending the gradient, by using meshes and other formulas. But because I was using CptStrategy Part 1, which you know, I'm allowed to use, as the author says, if you use, for example, one of the mods that affects the meshes of the horizon, what's it called? I tested it out. Oh, forgive me, the name's gone. It affected the quality and the strength of the CptStrategy file that creates my sunsets, helps create my sunsets and effects. So I've been trying to blend these horizons, and they're only really noticeable. There's one or two sunsets within the multiple weathers. At the moment, there's not a multiple weather file loaded up because of the area that I'm in, because I haven't got multiple weather sets for all of the weather sets that there are within Skyrim. I've just got some. So the horizons aren't very good in some. Some of them are very good. So that's just one thing that I've got to perfect and finish off. So if you use the Setting Sun's EMB preset, you'll sometimes notice that the horizons may not be the best in terms of when you're at the top of High Rothgard or around this sort of area. But some of them are very good, because some of them I've done. You would say, well, Nesbit, why didn't you apply the same values for all the multiple weathers and everything else? Well, because for some reason it doesn't work with the same values for every multiple weather preset. Again, I'm new at EMBs. I'm learning. I really need to probably go and ask some EMB like Fireman or someone like that for some help, really. But I do like to try to break down issues myself and learn myself. All right, it takes longer, but you know, and maybe I'd save myself some time, but I do like to solve problems myself, do a little bit of reading and then try to put things into practice, you know. That's the way I like to do things. I'm a stubborn git like that. Okay, so I've talked about the snow, and as snow goes, folks, if I look at the rocks here, you know, they're not too bad. Like I say, with the fluffy snow diffused file, it gives them quite a nice look. Improved sky meshes by Thank you, Jack. That is what I was talking about. If you use those, you can use them and you'll get a very smooth skyline, right? It works well. It works really well with my EMB preset Setting Suns, but it tones down the colour of the sunsets and sunrises. Yeah, so you can use it, and you'll have better horizons than I'm giving you right now in some cases, but it will tone down the level of saturation within the sunsets. So I'm going to travel in a minute. There's a carriage that my settlement puts in the gully, so I'm going to travel to Markarth and some other areas, and I'm going to pick up some armor and stuff in a bit. But we'll just run into Winterhold because this looks really nice. See, I really like this, what I'm seeing. Along the way to Winterhold here, you know, the road looks good. You know, I love Matthey's 3D trees and plants. Yes, it comes with a big performance hit, but it's worth it in my book. It really is worth it. Again, TPSC edits all towns, city and villages fairly lightly in most cases, except for maybe Whiterun and Riften and maybe a few others, because I've built onto the outskirts of towns and cities and villages as well, if you don't know. And we're going to run through Winterhold and we'll run down to my settlement. Again, it's just a nice little test I like to do. She's talking to her brother there. He comes out here, which is a slight difference from what you're used to. He'll normally be by the inn or walk into the inn on the lower path. Right, we're going to Tooth Gorge now, and if you don't know much about TPSC, I will give you some spoilers here, so if you don't want to know, I'm just going to actually jump down, because I love doing this. It gives me quite a... I hate heights, so I like to do this. I like to jump from high places. Okay, so we've got that wet, fresh snow look on the walkways here, which you get with the fluffy snow defused file. I'm using Power of 3's mod for the icicles, so they will look very transparent at times, depending on the light of the day. And over there is a cave. And if you were to go, I said I'm going to give you a spoiler, so if you don't want to know, until what I'm saying here about TPSC now, folks, right? If you've never played it before, right, you're going to find a lot of backstories, and you're going to wonder, does that do something? Does it, Jack? The mod, more dirt, snow, and ash. Oh, right. Okay, I don't think I'm aware of that. Does that work well with TPSC? If I just scroll down here, folks, you're going to see, where's it to? If I can find it. Where am I? Oh, there it is. If you were to bounce into or visit Shadow Sword End, right, near the fort that's here, you're going to find a dead body and a diary, and it's basically got some cryptic clues in there, and you're going to wonder, what the hell is that? What's Nesbit going on about? But if you read the book, and then you look at the name of the gorge here, you'll start to put some of the clues together. And then if you look over there, there's the mouth. There's the cave of the mouth, or the mouth of the cave. Now, I know it's a spoiler, but I'm doing this because people sometimes wonder what it is my mod's trying to do. And I'm just trying to give you a bit of a backstory to my work. Now, when you go in there, you're going to find something completely unexpected, and it seems out of place. But later on in the TPSC main quest, when that comes out, that will finalise everything for you, and you'll come to understand why it is I do what I do. I mean, I'm one person. I've been building this project for a long time, and once I've got the Hafingar all-in-one out for TPS2, the TPSC quest will begin. So I reckon the end of summer, late September, when the all-in-one is out for Hafingar, the TPSC questing version will begin in earnest, and that will be done, I reckon, within a year and a half. But what I'm saying is, within TPSC you will find lots of diaries, lots of backstories, and all those backstories are going somewhere. You just got to be patient, right? Ah, right. Okay, brilliant. I'll check it out. I haven't seen that yet, Jack. I'll check it out. Or I probably have. I just didn't notice what it was you posted. Okay, so I'm going to move on now because I need to get some armor. But in terms of this mod pack, all the landscapes... Brilliant. And it's tough there as well. It's tough there as well, NATO. You know, yeah, it's you know, yeah. But it all has a purpose, is what I'm saying. Yeah, just bear with me. I'm getting there slowly, you know. Let's pick up a follower. This TPOC follower, right, is a Patreon follower.
Yes.
A patron of mine years ago wanted to put himself in my game. And this was his creation. He gave me the stats for his follower. And I built his follower.
Lead the way.
And here he is. And I'm going to be naughty now because I obviously work full-time on this project, folks. And if you can support TPSC via Patreon, that'd be great. I would say if you want a follower like this, you can have one. Come and see me on Discord. You'll see a section where you can, let's just say, put an order in for your you know, for your follower if you ever wanted one. All right, and you don't have to. All my mods are free. It's totally voluntary. You know, if you like what I want to do, and you want something by, you know, supporting me, that's the way you can get something. Okay, because that's what the guy wanted. Yeah, I like your work, mate. I think I said in it's interesting because when I love doing the screenshots, whether they're screenshots for XB or PC, because your work is sort of, I see your work, Jack, is sort of like modding gaming. A lot of your screenshots, and then you get oh, what's his name? Is it Ballager? I think it's Ballager, the other guy on our forum. He's got such classic Skyrim screenshots, and they're soft, and you know, that's really my, you know, I like, everybody's work has its own merit, but you know, I like that particular style myself. That really sort of turns me on. But then you get other shots like the Netherlands guy, Canobus, or whatever his name is. I'm terrible with pronunciations, by the way, folks. You'll have to forgive me, but you know, his or her work's very different again, and that's why I like doing those screenshot videos. It's just interesting, the different styles and the different eyes that people have, you know, and it tells you a lot about them. You know, it tells you a lot about their characters and their personalities, you know. I always find it interesting. And again, if you're not on my Discord, folks, and you like, you know, doing screenshots, if you post your screenshots, what I do is every now and again is I make a video of all the screenshots from Xbox or PC, and I stick a video out. You can see it on my YouTube channel. You can see previous... I appreciate it, mate. You can see previous videos online of Jack's screenshots and other people's screenshots too. And it is interesting to see, you know, people's sort of photographic eyes as well, and how they develop as well. Because people do, you know, you know, you watch people's screenshots change as the years or months go by, especially for real avid and fanatical Skyrim players. Anyway, let's move on with my follower. And I'm going to go to... where did I go? Oh, I haven't set a destination yet. Duh. I'm going to go to Markarth. Strictly! Is that what you're getting on your... Oh. I'm just going to go in... My chat box is just scrolled. Let's just...
take you to any of the hold capitals.
Let's just get to
Where do you want
Markarth.
to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
I've just got to come out because my screen box... Sorry, my chat box has moved. It does it every now and again. Okay. Strictly, are you getting 25 frames per second with on your laptop with the Setting Suns preset? Because there is under the downloads a, you know, lower a lower performance preset. You could use that. But yeah, I mean, let me just, what am I doing? Just going to save. Okay, all right. Shouldn't be that bad, mate.
You'd best hurry it up. Ever been to
Really?
Markarth?
I'm not sure about laptops, you know, because I know, you know, I know some laptops can have a lot of juice, but they're still not the same as a tower, if you ask me. I'm just surprised by that, to be honest with you. I mean, I can show you something now. You know, when I stream, right? Oh, that's nice again. Oh, God, I really love Power of Three's, you know, Moon and Sun Cycle mod. It's really good. It just gives you such lovely... You know, if I... in this preset, when I stream, I turn off ambient occlusion because it doesn't right in this particular spot, but in some spots it hits me really hard when I'm streaming. And because my graphics card is, you know, at the high end of its usage anyway, you know, I turn ambient off, but you can see the difference. You know, it adds a bit more, you know, to effect, but I can't run it. It causes too much stutter at times when I'm in games, so, and I'll lose about 10 frames sometimes. I just want to do a test inside Markarth now, folks, alright? To make sure Margaret plays out. She should do without any problems, because I've made adjustments in the patch here. So Margaret should play out. They shouldn't, you know, the NPC should be where they are. They shouldn't be hanging around or having to come to their spots, they you know? Okay, that's good. I like to see that. If all your patching is correct, they should be there. Yeah, if your setup is right, you shouldn't have to wait for them to appear, or there shouldn't be any bugs. That's my opinion, in my experience of years and years of playing this game and modding and patching for it. If your patches and if your load order setups are right, then it shouldn't be an issue. If you've got a conflict, they won't do what they should do, and they'll, you know, weird shit will happen. That's in my opinion. I'm not saying it's right, that's just my opinion, my experience. Okay, for now, I'm just going to pick up a sword here, just so I've got a sword, so I've got some sort of weapon. I always like to have a choice of weapons when I'm testing as well, folks, because, and look at this, the follower follows perfectly up through Tposc, through the heights. Let's go through the middle section now, and then we'll go to Dover Halls. Okay. Okay, mate. All right, Strictly. Oh, you get yourself a big PC sorted out, mate. Get yourself a decent PC. This is nice. If you all want to know what my mindset was with the upside down observatories here, I mean, I'm sure you probably work it out with the theme. They're supposed to be power nodes, yeah? That shunt the electricity actually through the grid itself of the floor. And I'm actually going to play on that in the quest, okay? I'm going to try to get people electrocuted or something, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm, you know, it's just a thought I might have as part of one of my quests or whatever. Although it is sort of steam power and everything, but I don't know. That's just a thought that I was playing with the other day. You know, because oh, also in Markarth as well, there's a big temple. If you don't know, all right. Oh no, I had no textures, NATO. All right, all my textures are going to be part of the mod pack or other mod authors' textures. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right. Now down here, right, is if you don't know, is a huge temple player home. Now the key is in the top tower in a Deathmourn automaton. Okay, I'm just going to unlock the door and I'm just going to do a lighting test for Markarth Origin Temple. In Tposc 3, not Tposc, in Tposc 3, this door is going to explode. Hence why we have got these logs holding all this up, the pressure of the water, and the Deathmourn are going to return in Tposc 3. Unlock. Alright, so that's some way off, of course, a few years off. But as I said on my Patreon page, I've got at least 4 or 5 years work left, alright, to get all this done. And I reckon E6 might be out by then. Okay, so this is good. Not too dark, not too bright. I put some eyes in the statue. I use some orbs for eyes. Just a little touch. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's the little things I like. Again, you got racks, shelves, crafting. It's a basic TPSC player home. Okay, lots of mannequins. Okay, the Dwemer Centurion is a guard for your home, but that will change when TPS 3 comes out, and all this interior will be destroyed, the doors will explode, and the Dwemer will return from Red Mountain. And so TPS 3 will begin, and that's how the quest will begin. In the DLC sized quest that will come out in about 3 or 4 years time, I reckon. That's if I'm still alive to finish it. Being that I'm going to get in an old fire. Okay, right. Let's get up here. And again, the NPC follows. My NPC follow. Just take note of the following NPC through all this alternated and changed nav mesh, alright folks? Because that's all important. That's why I'm bringing the NPC with me, to show that he's following me,
God.
you know, into these environments.
Did you see what happened?
This is nice, the light in here. I like this light in here.
I'm so sorry. I hope the 8 give you more peace in the future.
Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
Right, we're going to Doverhorse now because I want to pick up some armour. Well, no, actually, I think I'll pick up just the sword. I'm going to leave the armour. If I die, I die. I just save regularly. But I will get some more armour because we've got a Civil War spawn
You should see that orc over in Understone Keep.
just down here.
Forge you some new armor.
In fact, I'll stick with the armour I've got. It doesn't really give me much protection, but what the hell. I'll wait till I pick up my leather at Shorestone. And again, TPSC does provide cheats in the game, but you don't have to use them, right? You can do what I do. You can run away if you're having problems and wait till you're strong enough. Or you can deploy some of the TPS cheats. That's up to you. I put them in game because some people like to use them now and again. And I have them in game because I like to use them for testing. And I just leave them there for the sake of it, really. Now, a TPSC Civil War spawn is just kicked off over there. I'll leave them to it. A TPSC settlement with Lux and the all-in-one patch, which brings that all together. No, they don't, mate. It took me years to get this right. I bit off way more than I can chew, folks. I'll tell you, when you see authors give up, believe me, in some ways I don't blame them. Some authors walk away and just say, I've had enough, man, you know, and I've seen many do it over the years in my time in Skyrim. And I walked away for a year in 2015. I came back, or the end of 2014, came back 2016. That's why if you go on the Nexus, you'll only see my work back on the Nexus from about 2016. But I took about a year out because I was ill as well. But I've been doing this for all the time, except for about 9, 10 months, 11 months. This is another TPSC home. And yes, nav mesh is a big thing. But one thing that I credit my work with in terms of TPSC itself is the quality of nav mesh. And years ago, one of the things that nearly broke my back, if you like, was not understanding why things didn't work as smoothly as they did. And it took me many years, and with the help of a lot of people and a lot of testers, to get everything spot on. And I have learned things about nav mesh that and even about collision boxes, you know, that when integrating it into a full load order, that the individual person that just builds a few cells may never learn. I'm not saying they haven't learned, but from some of the comments I see and some of the things I've seen, I'd say they haven't learned, because TPSC edits the whole of Skyrim, and that's why it has to be at the bottom of your load order, because the nav mesh is a complete new web of nav mesh. And that's why you need patches to support TPSC and other world editing mods, because if you want your NPCs to path with you like you've seen... Oh god, I've said it and I can't see him now. Where is he? If you want your NPCs, let's just see where he is. Is he fighting? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's standing there, which is unusual. So there's me talking about NPCs. Is he just being temperamental? What was he looking at something? Or is there a broken nav mesh line here? Let's see. He should be. Oh no, he's just being temperamental. Right. So let me go back to what I was saying about NavMesh and TPSC and why you have it at the bottom of your load order. Let's just see if he's coming. Okay. TPSC is a complete new web of NavMesh. So, you know, if you're putting new world edit mods in the TPSC load order that's below it, it's going to affect the stability and the pathing of NPCs and of the whole structure of the mod. And it took me years to make the NavMesh right in this mod, and a lot of learning. And I'm going to tell you something now that I've done, because I'm not a pious git, right? I will be honest about all things. I've had other mods that I've made that I've removed, because even though on their own they stood okay and they were good mods, like Morthor Ages, which I've only just put back up recently. Solitude, the City of Stone, right? I took them down for Xbox and PC and Origin, Markarth Origin, which is a lightweight Markarth mod. Even though that had no NavMesh, it just had something that was wrong with it when put into a full load order. So what I'm saying is, even though those mods worked okay on their own right, when I ran them with a full load order, they just didn't gel with the load order, and it took me a long time to work out. It was actually those individual mods were a problem, because they worked okay on their own. Now, I took them down because I thought it was unfair to leave those up, because I knew people would have problems with a full incomplete load order, and they'd never work it out. I could have left them up, took the downloads, said nothing, but that, you know, that wouldn't have been honest, and that wouldn't be fair either. So I took those down, and I only learnt that along the way. I mean, obviously I was ignorant for a while. I didn't know about that. But TPSC has taught me so much in terms of effective NavMesh and good NavMesh. And believe me, you know, if you look at people say, "Oh, you've got cells that have nothing in it. Can't you just remove them?" Well, no, because there's cells adjacent to them that have material, that have triggers, that have even a few ruins, and that all binded NavMesh, all right, all that NavMesh is bound together. So when you're going from Markarth to Iverstead, it works all seamlessly. Okay, and I know that's complicated. That's a lot to take on, right? Sorry, I have gone on about that, but it is a big issue. Yeah, NATO. If you wonder where my mods have gone, I removed them. I removed them because I was unhappy with them, and I didn't think it was right to leave them up. I just see that as, you know, an ethical thing to do. What other mod authors do or don't do is up to them. But I didn't know that. You see, for a long, it took me a long time to learn all this. And it's like if you followed my work since last year in April, I've been playing Skyrim non-stop locally and in stream with this all-in-one patch. You know, making sure, where is he? Oh, there he is. That everything works perfectly. And that's why I'll be continuing these streams. So as long as people download the mod pack properly, right, and as long as they follow the instructions, and as long as they've got the PC to run the mod pack, the right software and hardware, they should have the same experience as me. As long as the overwrites are the same, as long as all the conditions are the same, you should have a mod pack and an E&B preset and a game that doesn't CDT, that you can play all the main quests and have no issue, the sides quests too, and it should be pretty stable and reliable. Because I haven't had any issues since about the 60th hour. Oh. Now, you will find, right, that some of my followers, folks, are... Look at that lovely ice, a Kocher. He looks great. Now, that's Power of Threes. Is it? I can't remember which mod I'm using, but it looks really good. Let's just get let's get in the Dover Halls, and I'll try to stop talking a bit. But it's important that I give some background to this work, all right? Because it gives you an understanding of who I am, what I'm trying to achieve, and what I'm trying to do, and what you should be experiencing. Again, they're following. Now, here comes a caveat. Don't ask me why, but in Dover Halls, and I have tried to fix this on numerous occasions, but it doesn't seem to cause any problems. They are a little bit temperamental followers in Dover Halls. I don't know why. I've edited the nav mesh around the gates. I've actually totally re-nav meshed the cell. But they do tend... Oh. Oh. All right. Take that back. Maybe what I did last time has changed it a bit then. Oh, he just does seems a little bit No, he's not. He is coming. All right. Okay. I'll take that back. I think that's okay now. I did have problems with that, and I re-nav meshed over Horse, and I think it might be sorted. I'm just going to pick up the sword. You can see the value there, right? It's a cheat. It's going to help me, all right? I could pick up the armor, which is another cheat, but I won't do that. I won't do it, so as we go through these playthroughs, you can see the strength of some of the enemies that you're going to get. And so you understand TPSC even more if you're not aware of it to date, all right? Okay. So Dover Halls is another TPSC player home. It's basic vanilla structure, nothing fancy. It gives you storage, multiple mannequins, the multiple ability to craft, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get the score, you know. Bookshelves, blah, 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 you know. Looks nice. Nice interior lighting, Lux lighting with the EMB preset. And we'll go and check out another home in a minute because it's really nice as well by another TPSC home, which is another medium-size storage home. There are about 13 homes in TPSC, all of varying sizes and styles for vampires and all the rest of it. Let's... what else was I saying? I'll just finish off with the nav mesh. So yeah, very important, folks. You keep TPSC at the bottom of your load order and you use accompanying patches. Let me have a look at the comments. And I'm just going to have a sip and take a break because, like I said, it's a lot of information. That's nice to hear. And again, you know, again, I don't want to sound, because I know people would take things, but again, I have no problems with pointing out the bad points of my work, so I shouldn't have any issues with pointing out the good points, and the good points is the stability of TPSC. And again, you only have to look at all the streams I've done, folks, even when I'm maxing out my graphics card's potential, you know, and I'm right at that 80% mark, you know, on my graphics card. I'm really pushing it. And with all these mods, because I'm running JK's interiors and that as well. Yeah. The armor in it will keep you alive as well if you want to use it. But I am not going to use it, so you can see just how hard you'll get hit. If I die, I die, all right? But yeah, I mean, TPS stability is the biggest thing. That's a good question, NATO. You can use, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Cajun. Is it Cajun or something like that? The male follower that you can marry. A lot of women like to use that mod. You can use that with TPSC. It can go above TPSC in the load order. And the house that it puts in the rift is the cells there I removed, so there should be no conflict with it. Because one of my primary testers, Sword, used to use that. My caveat for follower mods with quests, most will be okay as long as they don't add lots of world edits or change nav mesh up. So you're going to have to know your mods. It's about knowing your mods, yeah? Again, that's nice to hear, Jack. Thank you. And I like to hear those stories, you know, because you know, I'm going to be honest right now. Sometimes, if you look at my More Thor Ages pages, you'll see me have a real head fit at people because I'm sick to death of people's attitude towards my work. And I don't bite very often, you know, because I know it doesn't help my work. All it does is sort of hinder it in a way. But when I put out More Thor Ages, because I took More Thor Ages down, and for the reasons I said earlier, and I fixed it up and I put it back out recently. I had people come on who had no interest in the mods whatsoever. They just wanted to, and I know, believe me, after all these years, you know when you've got genuine users asking you questions to people that are spamming you or just being tits. And I just banned them. I just said fuck you and I banned them. And I get a lot of people that dislike what I do because I'll be honest, some just don't like my straight way of talking. They don't know how to mod in some cases, and they do look to blame the author, and I'm not the only author that happens to. I'm going to check this area.
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother. Why? What are you gonna do? Cry? I don't have to take that from you.
I am going to do a check here in this area, folks. I just want to see how she fights. I want to see if she follows me. I just want to do a test. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. No, she's coming this way. It's okay.
Expecting that, were you?
I just want to test and try to get her to check. Oh, don't kill her. Back off her.
Victory is yours. I submit.
The only reason I'm putting us up here, folks, is because my follower stopped here, and she stopped here, and that doesn't always mean an issue, because I know sometimes they do stop, but I'm just going to check this area out in my patch. What I will say, I'm going to caveat this again with this. I am streaming, and I've said this before in previous streams. I see things in streams that I don't see when I test locally, and what I mean by that is I haven't seen none of that locally of NPCs stopping, and what I will say is I'll give you some information here now. If you're running a load order, right, it's stressing out your software or your hardware, your graphics card. If you're running too much, if you're near your tipping point issues, sometimes you'll have NPCs not act correctly, not because you've got a conflict maybe with 2 or more mods, but because your system can't process the information. It can't process all the AI scripts and everything that you're running. And so that's because you don't always get conflicts or errors because of conflicts with 1 or more mods. Sometimes you'll just get conflicts in NPC routines or behaviors because you're running too much. And that's sometimes what can make finding problems complicated. That's why you should always base test your mods, right? Like if I've got a conflict with Tposc, I'll test a mod on its own with Tposc and no other mods. So that's just another tip as well, okay? So I will test that locally, but I think that's more to do with the amount of stress my graphics card is under with this stream. Because I know it is. Oh, God. Jesus, what was that? Something just hit me hard there. That was her. I must set up violence in a minute so I can have some of... That's it, she's gone. We'll set up violence in a minute. So that's just another thing to look out for. Sorry, what was it? I had a... Alright. A stutter, alright. I would imagine, mate, that would be as if you used the fortified white run with nav mesh. He has one without any nav mesh and without any guards. Use that version, place it above Tposc, and if it's still the same as it was when I built it for the Way of the Nords, you should better use it with Tposc without issue. I can't guarantee that 100%, but you should. I would say you should. What am I doing here? Just thinking about... Let's get to Helgen. Let's get to Whiterun. Let's... What? I think I've just about... I'm going to finish talking on Navmesh now, folks, and other things. But I was just saying again, sometimes I just get pissed off with people. I just finished that and saying, you know, I know when people have genuine interest in my work and when they don't. And when they're just trying to fuck me around and waste my time. For a start, people download the mod for a start, you know. And that was just going back to, you know, not putting up with time wasters. I don't. I'll be honest, right? I would rather have 50 or 60 people that like my work and use it, right, than people that talk bullshit who can't be bothered to put any effort into using it and then spread a load of shit about it. You know, Tposc isn't without compromise and isn't without issues. You all know that. If you want to use it, you don't get to use other mods. You don't get to use this or that or so on, you know. It may not be as pretty or as nice looking as some of JK's work. It might not be as you know, is exciting as Soldier of Wars, but it's different. It stands on its own, and it's doing a different thing. TPSC was all about, you know, it was built back in the LE days when people were struggling with running lots of mods and needing patches. TPSC was about having one mod, a no compromise mod, that you could run, you know, not have to run loads of other mods. That's what it was all about. It was about an all-in-one, no compromise mod that was a DLC size mod that was always going to be built upon and was always going to grow and change for the entertainment of the users. And I stuck to those principles pretty much. Let's just go to Carth Western, all right, just to get the map marker loaded up there. And so that's what TPSC was always about. What's this? That too. And they don't like... No, and again, and fair enough, some people don't like my non-linear gameplay, and I get that. That's totally fair enough. If people are talking about the mod fairly, I don't give a shit. You know, you're all entitled to your opinion. If people don't like what I do, I get it. But again, a lot of what I get is, like I say, people going on at me for what I consider to be, you know, childish reasons and indifferent reasons, and reasons of not really having any knowledge of what they're talking about. And again, that they attack the mod and they undermine the work, and they put people off from using it. And that's a little bit unfair. That's why if I'm highlighting another author's mod, I always make sure I know what I'm talking about for one. And I'm not bashing it, I'm just trying to give some technical information. And, you know, I'll say why I wouldn't use it with TPSC. For example, if you go onto my Discord, people ask me about mods and whether they think they should use it with TPSC, and I'll give them reasons why they shouldn't use it. For example, if I've checked it in Xedit and it's got loads of nav mesh errors or undeleted nav meshes, and just say that's not healthy for a load order from what I understand. And you know, so I'm not going to bash another author's work, and everyone's got to work out their own. Oh god, I've got hardcore people coming up here. Their own load order for themselves. Here we go. I'll just deal with these. And I've got to be careful because these are added enemies by TPSC. My followers behind me, so that's good to see. It's getting dark now as well. Oh, have I got a bow and arrow? I haven't got that yet, have I? Oh, Christ. Alright, we'll just move on from the... Oh, we'll move on from these lot then. I better do some healing. I got to pick up some more weapons as well. So that's my take on that and my thoughts on that, folks. Yeah, you know, TPSC is not for everyone, I get that. But, yeah, sometimes I do get a little bit frustrated with people's attitudes. But then every author feels the same. I tell you, every author gets the same sort of shit by varying degrees, you know. The only difference is I don't have so many followers and people don't like me as much because I'm pretty blunt. I ban people, I block their comments, I tell them to piss off, and I tell them what I think of them in no uncertain terms, and it doesn't make me a very popular person. But, as I said, you know, you've got to keep it in context. What most individual users don't see is all the backstory and all the stuff that goes on, which is out of their sight. You know, they'll see one comment that they put, and they won't see all the rest of it, and they think the mod author's being erratic or irrational, and they're not. They've just had enough of years and years of bullshit. So if you ever wonder, oh, what's that? Oh, that's that wolf just been taken out by my follower. Okay, all right. Where is she? Oh, there he is. Sorry, there's my follower. Yeah, so that's what's going on. If you ever wonder, if you ever look at Morthor Ages and you see my comments, or you wonder why my attitude is the way it is, it's not because I'm being unfair. Far from it. You know, I think I've been tolerant for a very long time, and I'm just at the stage now where, you know, I don't care if I have a lot of users or not. What I care about is having decent users and dealing with people that are fair-minded and balanced and aren't always looking to repeatedly just cause, you know, shit when I know where I am with this mod. All right, you know, and again, they just generally what you find is, all right, they're on other Discords. They have affiliations with other mod authors. All right, that's a lot of what goes on. And other mod authors have agendas. Alright, it's as simple as that. A lot of mod authors cause a lot of shit for a lot of other mod authors. It's as simple as that. I'll tell you that for nothing now. Let's head. I want to get to Riverwood, so we just go via the tundra and stuff like that. Okay. I thought I saw another bandit. All right, must be taken out. Okay, so that's just the reality, folks, of being a mod author. It's a complicated life, and it can be a difficult one. But again, you've got to decide on each author has to decide on what they're willing to tolerate, and I would rather have, like I say, less users and more intelligent and thoughtful people in my world and in my circle than people that don't give a shit and just want to cause trouble. And I guess, you know, we're all like that, aren't we? You know, if there's an issue with TPSC, you'd let me know, and you know, I'm quite happy to fix it and check it out. But like I say, that's not what went on with More for Ages when I put that out. Oh, what was that? Oh, look at that. Well, so I'll just look at the comments quickly. Yeah, so you've all got to work that out for yourself. This is really nice, actually. Let's just look at this floor. This is the parallax flooring. I'll leave you to your conversations, folks. Just make sure you're not addressing me at any time. That's nice. Okay, let's go to the inn, and then I'm going to head on across the tundra. Now, look at the lighting here on the... This looks really nice, actually. I like this. I'm coming back for some screenshots here, so I'm just going to save this. Okay. Again, I am feeling some pull here, but I'm not surprised with all the trees and the grass and the tundra area, and I'm in stream as well. So again, locally, I don't get any negative effects when I'm playing locally. So I'll put that down again to streaming and the stress on the video card.
We got warm food, warm
Again,
drink,
nice.
warm day.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
Now at night time, folks, let me just say the inn will be darker. When you go through to the day, it'll get brighter. And again, you can change the values in the any EMB preset or modern EMB preset here.
There's nothing like fresh air and honest
Okay.
labor to bolster
Easy.
the spirit.
True enough.
I'm just going to sleep through to the
There's
day.
nothing wrong with a little adventure now and then. Not much excitement in working the soil.
If you need a meal or room, I've got... Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Good day, Lamb.
I'll show you to your room.
Nice dress.
Right this way.
Girl.
Okay, let's just go through in the morning. We'll see a nice early morning. Hopefully have a nice sunset as we cross the tundra. We'll head via my border hodes, check those out. And into White, running up to Riverwood.
We don't need your charity.
Let me know if there's anything
And so
else.
far, like I say, no
Girls deserve
issues
something
with the
nice to be
follower.
their father.
The follower's following me. That's always good to take a follower with
If
you.
you've
You can
got
test
some
your nav
business
mesh.
in Rorikstead, you should start by speaking to Juan.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
And again, you can run better grass mods if you like. But again, be aware, one of the reasons I run the grass mod that I do is because it's controllable with TPSC. And I don't like a lot of thick grass for one. Oh Christ. Oh, that's a Civil War spawn. Oh, that's right. I wonder what that was, an arrow flying across my face there. I'll just go through to the morning so it's brighter again so we can see more detail. Okay. And I'm using the old version of Vembrosium, or what's it called? Something like that. I'm not using the later version because I find the grass very easy to control in relation to settlements. Okay, so, but again, it's okay. You know, there's a nice coloration to the grass. In fact, I think the quality of the grass in his old version is better than the quality of the grass in his newer version. But anyway, that's me. And again, the House of Talos, as you can see down there. Let's check this fire. And this giant... Okay, the giant's fire looks okay. Not going to complain about that. Oh, let's get some potions at the settlement. I need to get some potions and some lock picks, sorry. Getting tired now. How long? Oh yeah, it's 1 o'clock. I have to have some lunch soon. Excellent. And let me just say about my follower here. He is overpowered, alright? But TPSC has many different followers from the start of the game. You just got to work out which ones you want to take with you. Some of them will start off around level 1 or 2, the same as you, and will level up with you. Some are high powered in the sense that they're the same level, but they have high powered weapons and spells to begin with. Just so you know, okay? And you've got to work out what it is you want for your gameplay. That's another thing about TPSC. You can adapt so many different elements of your, you know, to what you want. Pick and choose is what I'm saying. It's like a pick and choose, okay?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Ah, I got to add some gold. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not cheating. Normally, I load up a bat file that gives me gold. Bear with me a sec. Player.add item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, bollocks. Okay.
What do you need? Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
And what's he got I normally like? Ring of Health. Take those.
All right then.
And then we're off to this woman next.
Yes. Take a look.
We'll pick up some spells at Whiterun as well, because it's got no spells.
Till next time.
Okay. There's a TPSC player home, of course, here, folks. A small one for you to use. The Talon House. Just check the interior lighting with Lux. Just make sure it's okay. Yep, that's absolutely fine. I've no problems with that.
I've got your back.
Oh.
Let's get going then.
It was NATO, but it was sort of relocated in different locations. In TPS2, it's now Black Marsh, and there's a mini settlement outside of Black Marsh that sort of replaces this. It's not the same, but yeah. But I do like this settlement. That's the only problem. People wanted me to do a compatibility version, and that was the consequences of it. And then AE, of course, changed it up again even further when AE come along, because I had to make even more changes. But yeah, there you go.
I don't have time for this foolishness. Now come along quietly, and we won't have to get rough.
I do feel a little bit of a performance, a little bit of lag this end. I don't know if you've seen it in stream, tiny. But again, I'm not going to be surprised with Matthew's 3D trees and this forest tundra that we've got that TPSC puts in. But I will say I haven't noticed any performance issues out of stream, folks. So again, again, there's just certain things I'm going to put down to stream because, like I say, locally, I've had no ill effects, no stresses on when I've been testing locally. So I'm not going to worry about it. Just take note, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll continue my testing to the end of the month, and when it comes out, if there are issues, I'm sure people will pick up on them, and I can make any adjustments and corrections if need be as we move into the future. Let's bounce on in because it will get heavier and denser here. Let's see what the performance is like as we go through the center of this forest and ruins. Just checking the quality of the landscape as well. That's lovely. I love that. That's really good. Oh, they've got that. They can deal with that. Ah! Lay back down. Oof. You have the unknown, which is a nice little surprise over there, folks. Let's carry on going this way. I suppose head up towards the border hold. All TPSC ruins. The TPSC places trees and forested areas on the tundra along with ruins and other little surprises. Okay. Let's go to the border hold. What time is it? Yeah, I'm going to have to eat in a minute. I'm feeling really hungry. I think what I might do is just... Oh, no, let's just keep going. Just going to keep going. I haven't fired a Whiterun now, so... I haven't. Oh, I forgot about that. Do me a favour, Jack. Stick a link and PM me in the Discord so I remember it. Because when I get out of stream, I'm going to go and have some food and have a drink. And I'll come back this afternoon and have a look at it. And I'll check out the nav mesh and everything and see what I think, alright? And if it's not too big, I'll put it in the all-in-one patch for you, alright? Okay. Oh, that's an island mod, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I remember it. Oh, well, yeah, I do remember what you're on about now. Yeah, just give me the link again and another ping, and I'll have a look this afternoon, alright? I'll have a look this afternoon. But again, from my point of view, I'm just going to slow down, folks, so you can... I like the coloration of this E&B at the moment. It's a low light. I've got like a low light. Cheers, mate. And again, I like the depth of field that I get. It's sometimes, even though my LODs are really good, because I'm using Dindu LOD 3 Alpha, so my LODs are really clear, and my tree LODs are pretty good in the background. Yeah. I'm using here we go again. This guy's name. I just remember the sounds of it. Pufusher, I think, something like that. 2020 parallax, NATO. That's what I'm using. I do have some overwrites on his work. For example, Clever Charaf's farmhouses and some other mods, but mostly I'm using his...
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for
I'm using his textures.
I'll pay you good. Don't lose
and again, you can see it now, just spinning around here, right? Looking at the guy here. You see the quality of really blended roads and 2020 parallax. It looks really nice. Majestic mountains. It blends in really nice. So, you know, again, you might want to use a lighter E&B preset, but the basics of what you're seeing here, it's, you know, it blends in quite nicely. Just have a quick drink, folks.
Oh.
Right. I am going to speed up a little bit because I want to get the Whiterun now, and I'm going to go in and get some spells from the wizard. It's Dragon's Reach. We'll check out Whiterun in the next stream, and then we'll head to Helgen. We'll do some main questing, and up to well, even after when the mod pack is out, folks. I'm still going to be testing the mod pack, playing it. So as you play it, if you choose to use the TPSC mod pack, we can reference together, and if you've got any issues, I can check it out with you. Okay? But the mod, I am going to be testing now up to the 29th to the 1st, start doing all the write-ups, get the mod pack out, because as you can see, you know, it looks good, it plays well. I've done all the testing for it. I'm happy with it, and it's just time now to get it out and go from there and you know, see what it brings. So yeah, I guess the only thing I don't find this offensive. I sort of sometimes wish really blended roads and some of the 2020 parallax was blend. You know, it was more sort of, you know, like the stone sort of blended into the ground.
Need something?
You should be asking me a question, and he's not. Why is that?
Yes.
All right, perhaps he's engaged with one of it. But like I say, I haven't seen that local play, but I will keep an eye on it. I'm always looking for any potentials. Let's just do an hour and see. Is he already dead?
Need something?
Oh, he might have already killed him, though, I suppose. While we were talking, I don't know. Is the guy still around? Did he kill him? I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on that just to make sure. What was I saying? But otherwise, yeah, it looks nice, I think. Sorry, got a real dry throat now. I've got to finish up soon. So anyway, let's move on, folks. The only thing I've got to do... Here we go, another TPSC Civil War spawn, alright? So where they're fighting, I'm just going to sort out in my mod configuration, ready for the next stream. Okay. Gonna save that.
This is what you want? I'll have your head. Do you send out my regard?
And I finally, oh, just something for your information, folks, as well. I finally was able to get the right combination between Lux and Lux Via, HD embers, so actually the embers and the fire flames look right now. It took me a while to sort that one out. So when you download the mod pack, the overwrites will be correct, and the flames won't sort of break up when you look at them. It was one of the imperfections that took me a while to sort out. You may have noticed it, you may not have in the previous streams, but that's now sorted. So I'm just going to run on now to Whiterun, then I'm going to save. I'll finish off any chat that I think I need to finish off. Oh, here he comes. We'll have those. And I'll finish off any chat and any points I want to bring up. Oh, right. And now I am knackered. Let me just say thanks for your interaction, Jack, NATO. Thanks for joining me, NATO. I appreciate it. Nice to see a new face. To Strictly, to anyone else that joined me that I'm missing here. I can't remember who else joined me. There's posted comments or just join the stream. Thanks for joining the stream, folks. Thanks for being part of the TPSC experience. And I'm glad you're all getting something out of the mod and you're enjoying it. It makes all the work worthwhile. There's still a lot more to come. I've still got a lot more to do. The mod pack is the next thing. That'll be out, as I said, beginning of March. And then we move on back to TPS2 for a while. And the all-in-one Hafingar mod. And I will be trying to stream some of that for you so you can see the build. This is what I really like, folks, of my mod pack and the E&B lighting. It's just so soft around here. And I like the low lighting. It just sort of accentuates the floor, the flowers and the plants, and the workers' clothes in a way that I like it. Again, it's personal taste, I know. It's all personal taste. So we'll get on up to the wizard. Can't remember his name for some reason at the moment. We just take a look at JK's, all right? Again, I like to always show JK's because you can use his interiors in Whiterun, and you'll see the mod pack actually. I've got quite a few of JK's loaded up, but only so many.
We'll pay whatever it takes.
But this is my favourite, the Drunken Huntsman. Love this interior of JK's and the lighting of Lux and TPSC, E&B preset, Setting Suns, and we're going to leave it at that because I think that's a nice place to leave it. When it comes up, I just love the interior here. It's the right sort of darkness. The NPC's a little bit shiny because of the light shining, but that's also to do with the E&B. I could adjust that, I suppose, but I just like.
You're no stranger to the wilds. I'm sure we can meet your hunting needs.
The reflection of the chain there. It's so, three-dimensional. in the reflection, and I like the interior decorations, and yeah, I just like that a lot.
If you have need of hunting supplies, then you've come to the right place.
And let's go back outside quickly and up to Dragon's Bridge, and then I'll finish off there. And that's it, folks. So there's a lot of information to digest with the TPSC mod pack.
Come to chat with an old woman.
And that's the whole point of these streams, really, to help you understand not just the mod pack, but me as an author. And again, you know, I mean, I am aware. I've had people come and say to me, you know, I was a bit nervous about contacting you. Well, you don't have to be nervous about contacting me. You know, I can be a little bit bad-tempered or sharp at times, maybe, if I'm stressed or tired. But unless you come at me with a real bad attitude, you know, I'm like anyone else. I'm pretty level-headed. You know, I'm okay. I can have me moments, I guess. But you know, I'm not going to give you shit unless you sort of push the buttons in and you're looking for it. You know. So you know, you've got questions. Feel free to ask your questions. All right. You know. Even if you're wondering what the hell it is my mod's doing and you're not sure, because I know some people don't like the non-linear gameplay. They don't understand the strength of the followers. There's things they don't get, and I get it because they're used to Skyrim being done in a certain way. But you know, as a TPSC author, I like to mix things up. I like doing things differently, and you will see many things that are different with TPSC. I do a lot of things that are different. Okay. So on that note, I will finish here. I will be back tomorrow because we are getting to it now. More live testing for you to see. More chat, more information about the mod. And we'll carry on tomorrow. So thanks for joining me, Jack. Thanks, NATO, for your questions and interaction and sharing your time with me, because I appreciate that. We're all busy people. I will just say again, folks, to anyone that's listening now or in the future, or for those, you know, that aren't, or, you know, and if you are already supporting my work, whether that's through sharing with Patreon, whether you're a patron, sharing your coin, whether you're sharing information and helping other people with load orders, whatever it is you do to support my work, I thank you, and I thank you for your support. And if you can or want to support TPS in the future or in the present, that's all great. I'd really appreciate that, because, you know, it's a full-time thing for me. And I'll see you all tomorrow, all right, folks? So I'm going to finish off with my little saying. I'm Nesbit, you're the people of Skyrim. You all take care, Jack. I'll check your link out. I'll check the mod this afternoon. I'll do that for you this afternoon. I forgot all about that, okay? So thanks for reminding me. NATO, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. But if not, thanks for joining me, mate. Or lass. I use mate as... I'll just say this. I use mate if you're a boy or a girl, all right? So don't take offence. I sort of use that as a universal sort of thing. So I'll see you all tomorrow one way or another if you're about. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I'll see you then. It's been good fun. And like I say, the mod pack's coming along really well, folks. It'll be out at the end of the month. So, yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. You take care now, all right? Oh, I better save. I can't remember if I saved. Let me just save. Okay, good gaming, folks. Cheers, mate. Thanks for, like I say, being part of it. I'll see you all tomorrow if you're about, okay? Take care now. Wow, I'm knackered.